right, guys.
Go ahead and get us started.
Welcome to our Tuesday 7 p.m. meeting. So, hey. So let's start with check-in. For anybody that doesn't know what check-in is or forget, this is when we say our name, what we're currently up to. And for this meeting, we say, what are we looking for to move our business forward in the next 7 days? So, Nira, why don't you, boom, get us started?
Can you hear me?
Heck yeah, girl.
Okay, I was having some difficulties trying to get on. Okay, so my name is Nira. I'm a realtor, investor, and right now I'm just working on getting my project complete. And what I'm looking for was some appliances right now for that particular location. And yeah, that's what I'm looking for right now. Some appliances.
You're looking for clients, like you're looking for new clients?
Appliances. Here I go.
Stove and refrigerator, dishwasher, microwave, appliances.
Yeah.
Okay. So let me just say, what's your time frame? Are you in a rush? Because the end of October,
right I went looking around for some today, but yeah, back ordered. Everything that I saw was just priced too high, so I'm just going with Home Depot.
Adina knows your pain. She's been searching for fridges and stoves and going to, Facebook Marketplace and everything under the sun.
Yeah. I had the best luck on Facebook Marketplace, actually. And actually, there's an appliance store in Dallas. I'll give you some numbers.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'll give you some numbers. Awesome, Nira. Happy you're here and happy refrigerator shopping. Why don't we next go to Justin? Do you want to check in? Justin, you're on mute. You want to check in, bud?
Let's save the new people for last so they can kind of see what's going on first.
Hey, Wendell. Hey, Trevor. You know what? I'm going to check in. So I'll show everybody how to check in too. My name is Adina. I am a broker with Real Estate Realty. Currently, what I'm up to is getting tenants in properties. I'm also looking for appliances and getting properties ready, and also looking for investment properties for myself. So to move my business forward in the next 7 days, I'm going to be continuing my search for properties. And so that's what I need to move my business forward, some more properties. So let's have somebody else check in. Hey, Wendell, how are you? Hey, Eugene.
Hello.
What's going on? Do you want to check in?
Yes, getting all my stuff in line for real estate realtors to become an agent. Looking to the next 30 days is to buy some property.
You're looking for property to buy?
Yes, looking for property. Also looking for creditors for business credit as well.
Awesome. And who's K51?
That's me. My name is Art.
Art. Hey, Art, since I can't see you or your last name, have you been here before?
No, I haven't. This is my first time.
Well, welcome to the group. We're happy to have you. So, Art, what are you up to real estate-wise? Oh, there you are.
There I go. Yeah, I'm driving. I have several rental properties. I manage quite a few. I have 430 units. And I'm looking to acquire some for myself. So that's why I'm here. I reached out to Curtis the other day, so he invited me. So that's why I'm here.
Nice. Well, we're happy to have you. Looking for properties. Nothing wrong with that. Okay. Hey, Justin Gilbert, how are you?
Hi, hey, I'm good. How are you?
I'm really good. Is this your first time here?
Yeah, yep.
Welcome. I'm happy you're here. How'd you hear about us?
Facebook group.
Nice. Justin, what are you up to? And what's going on real estate wise? And what do you need to move your business forward?
Well, I am very new. Just trying to get my feet wet, try to figure out what the deal is. So I probably need everything.
I love it. So what are you trying to get into? Like, are you like to be an investor for rental properties, for flipping, for get your real estate license?
Yeah, I'm focused on flipping at the moment.
Okay. Awesome. Super happy you're here.
Thanks for having me.
Trevor.
Hey everybody, can you hear me?
Hi.
Sorry about that. I was trying to get my microphone under control. Had some stuff going on in the background.
You're good. Trevor, have you been here before?
I have not, no.
I didn't think so. How'd you hear about us?
There we go. Kind of got it under control. It's a little dark in here. I believe maybe through a Bigger Pockets group or just wandering around Facebook groups, something like that.
Cool. So what are you up to real estate wise?
Right now, just trying to learn everything I can, network with other people, hear what they have going on, and that's about it right now. You know, just doing research and trying to figure out everything that's going on.
Nice. Are you looking to start investing, or what are you looking to do?
I really like the whole idea behind like the BRRRR strategy. Maybe like I'm trying to explore a little bit into the ideas of flipping, note investing, everything like that. So just trying to like collect all the information I can about everything and see what kind of fits best with what I've got going on right now.
That's awesome. Happy you're here.
Thanks for having me.
All right. Timothy Wilkes.
Hello.
Hi again. So Timothy, welcome to the group.
Thank you.
What are you up to real estate wise?
Actually, not anything in real estate. I'm just working part-time right now, but I do need to expand out, start doing something to really make some serious money. So I'm still getting my feet wet. Yes, I've even gone through and read the Rich Dad, Poor Dad books.
Okay.
That's either good or bad. I don't know.
That's good. Yeah.
But yeah, still looking to see what's out there. Probably looking at maybe investing in apartment complexes, something along those lines, something that'll, you know, have that constant residual income, passive income kind of thing.
Nice. Going big.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Swing for the fences.
I'm happy you're here. Hey,
Thank you.
Wendell.
Wendell is listening mode right now, so.
Oh, is he? Oh, I didn't see he was gone. All right, Wendell, hi. Okay, so let's see. I don't see everybody at first. I got to click.
I can check in for Wendell. I'll be like, hi, I'm Wendell. I'm currently shopping in Lowe's or Home Depot, and I'm building.
I own a little bit of everything.
I know. I'm surveying things. I'm buying multi-million-dollar projects, and yeah, just got a $2 million cash out refinance loan for 1.2%. That's.
And I randomly just added another $7,000 a month passive income.
Yeah, that's Wendell's check-in.
Okay, so Curtis, why don't you, the check-in king, check in for us?
Hey, good evening. Hey, I'm Curtis Waters, active full-time investor. I'm broker in charge in real estate realty, and I'm also the publisher of Entrepreneur's Report. And you can find that at entrepreneursreport.com. If you come on these calls and you hear about something called the Bonnie benchmarks, I found that investors say, hey, I don't know that I know how it works or how to calculate it. Well, I have that right on this website. So go there, check it out, and there's a lot of other real estate advice as well. So in the next 30 days, I've got some properties under contract that I'm going to close on. And I also have about 5 properties in renovation.
Nice. Impressive. Curtis, in the next 30 days, you need to show me how to do that. Okay. Patrick, do you want to
virtual backgrounds.
Yep. You have to get green screen.
Okay, we'll talk. Patrick, you want to check in for us?
Sure, you can have me follow the king and go before the queen. So you stick me between the royalty. That sounds good to me. Currently, in the next 30 days, I have worked on placing some lazy assets. I've got the Vantage IRA on a closing currently, so hopefully we'll have that close out in the next couple days. I think we've got another wholesale deal that we're picking up as well. So yeah, just continuing to pick up some easy Tuesdays here with Bonnie, and working on some post-licensing exams as well, post-licensing classes as well for the next month. So I'm spending my weekends knocking some stuff out virtually and Zoom, just like anything else.
Nice. Hey, Laszlo, you're up.
Okay. So I'm Bonnie Laszlo, so also known as the Real Estate Hobby Millionaire, here pretty much to answer questions and be supportive with everything you guys are doing. We have our little bubble we live in here. And just so you know, these are all recorded, coaching sessions in essence. So they'll be up on the Hobby Millionaire channel for you guys to review and everything on YouTube. So please go there, subscribe, do whatever you need to do, ask all the questions, bring them to these meetings, and I'll get them uploaded, of course, shortly after, like later on tonight, so I don't forget, pretty much. I am currently doing multiple renovations. I think that we probably have about 10 renovations going at the moment, and we've got about 7 closings that are taking place in the next 30 days. Let's see, what else are we doing? As Patrick had said, working on taking some lazy assets and obviously working with our IRA funds to grow them and double them. It's always fun. And yeah, pretty much here working, I guess, the next 30 days too for Investor World. We've got that happening next week on Thursday. So you actually have us for 2 hours. So utilize the time wisely and do not be spending $50,000 in essence on books and tapes kind of stuff. I want you guys to spend it in real estate, actually doing it. And you can come and get that information right here from your group, right? So use this as your real estate friends and yeah, grow and prosper. So Adina is going to actually be teaching, I guess, a few tips that are going to be taking place this evening, as well as Curtis. She's going to be talking about some real estate marketing items. So we're going to go into wins, and then we're going to go right into those golden nuggets of information so that you guys have value. Now, remember, you guys are coming to these sessions, so make sure that before you leave, number 1, you're not leaving confused, and number 2, that you guys are getting the value that you came here for. So you've got advanced investors on this particular session, hundreds of deals, have lots and lots of property, and we've probably done every single possible type of transaction and made up all kinds of wonderful mistakes too. So learn from them all. And I do have another person that's coming into this, a few more people that are coming in, but we can tab in with them after we're finished with wins.
Sure. We're going to do wins now, right? Hey guys, okay, so now we're going to do wins. So what wins are is talking about what happened great in real estate. Okay, and it's not just bragging about yourself, even though, trust me, that's fun. I love me some me. But here's the thing. Everybody likes to work with movers and shakers. Are you looking for money? Are you looking for properties? Well, guess what? They kind of want to know that you are doing something. So now is the time to also let everybody know what you're doing. So who has some wins?
I will go ahead and share a win. Curtis brought on a 14-unit apartment complex that we have finally onboarded into the system and everything, and it will be available for investor supporters to learn on. And you can kind of see that process, take place through these calls, because we will give you guys the play-by-play on a multifamily project, as well as some of the normal renovations that we're doing.
Awesome. My phone cut out. Are we still doing wins?
Yeah.
Awesome. Does anybody else have any?
I would say win to the new people that are on the call.
Yeah.
Curtis,
Yeah,
you have to have some wins, mister. What do you got?
well, also went to the new people. I was on a Facebook group this week and somebody said, hey, I'm looking for a local real estate meeting. And I published this, and looks like a couple of those folks showed up. So win to you for paying attention. I actually got started at this meeting, and this group led to massive wealth. So if you're willing to take the steps, there's a lot to be had there. In other wins, I'm closing this week on a house in Gastonia. It's a subject to, and I got in contract this week a multifamily property at a superior price. So should be closing on that in the next 30 days as well.
Nice. What a mover and a shaker you are. Anybody else have any other wins?
I'll take over for a win real quick. This is Sean. I got approval for a house today, and we are closing on the 20th of October. I'm also talking to a tax lien takeover from a homeowner, helping her out of her situation and helping her get her divorce so she can sell me the house. So moving, shaking.
Nice.
Wow, Sean, that is so cool. All right, anybody else have any other wins?
Come on, Nira. You know you have some wins.
Nira!
Go ahead and share the love of what you're doing.
You're on mute.
Oh, you're on mute. You're on mute.
Oh yeah, I'm on mute. I will have a win once I'm done with this renovation. I mean, small wins, but I can't think of anything right now. But
Word movement is a win.
I know, getting something done. Are you done with paint?
I am done with paint. I hired someone to do my flower bed. They totally messed it up. I hired another guy. Looks really good. That's a win. He did a great job. And I stayed there the entire time. I did not leave. I'm like, I am not leaving no one. This is professional babysitting, like, for real.
Yes, girl. I tell people, it's good to just work out of your project. So while you're there, you can kind of manage over stuff, answer questions, and have open houses at the same time. But it's also good to make sure your contractors show up. That's always a good thing, to make sure that you get stuff done.
Yeah.
And that you don't have, orange walls going up. I did actually. So by the way, I let one of the contractors go and he's paying for his own supply, and I did not specify what color. The inside of that house is salmon orange.
Oh my gosh.
It is. Yeah, it was. And I was like, oh, okay, well.
Did you just leave it?
Yes, we did. The tenants liked it. I was like, go look at it.
It worked for them, right?
I know. I'm like, okay. Then, just wanted to make sure you like the color that he picked. But make sure you guys are specific about that kind of thing, especially with your renos, because you don't want to end up having, pink and brown toilets installed and, all kinds of weird things. Okay.
I like it. Okay. Any more wins, guys? If not, we're going to roll right into other stuff. Any more wins? Don't be shy.
I'd definitely say for myself, it's just a big win just being here today. Getting to the first investor meetup. Super cool. Super excited to be here.
Congratulations.
Clarity is always a great thing. It's great for you guys to participate and be able to just get some knowledge and be around some people that are already doing it. And just so you know, I know that, a lot of people that are on the call, they started with 2 properties and now they have properties, and Nira's going through one of her first, true renovations and everything. So we'll give her emotional support, because I know she's probably going insane and probably breaking down. Like, I remember the first renovations, you're like, this is crazy, and everything's going wrong, right?
Yeah.
But just know that whenever you do the next ones, you get better and faster, and you ask questions, and lean on people to be able to, make sure they don't make the same mistakes that you made, right? Okay, so we're gonna go into the tidbits of information really quick, just because we only have, about 30 minutes left. So let's go ahead and we're going to go with real estate marketing. Adina is going to give pretty much 3 main tips in regards to real estate marketing, and then Curtis is going to give you guys 3 other golden nuggets of information. So Adina, go ahead.
Hey guys, so here are my top 3 tips for marketing. And so my number 1 first tip for marketing is mock up your dang properties. This is gonna really help. And when I say mock up, here's what I mean. Pillows on the corners of the rooms, a rug, fake plants that are green, put them on the kitchen counters, put a shower rod and a shower curtain on your shower. These little things, I'm telling you, will help rent out or sell your property so quick. And guys, do you not want to spend a lot of money on it? Go to a yard sale. That is where you get like big trees for like $3. Anyway, mock up your property. Also, always get, and when you mock it up, make sure you get photos and 30-second videos of your property. Because when you can't go to show that, you can just snap off a 30-second video. Everybody's phone can receive a 30-second video. My second marketing tip would be utilize Facebook Marketplace. Holy crap. It's crazy how many tenants I have found from Facebook Marketplace. Pop it off, you're going to get a million things. And my third tip would be in marketing. It sounds so simple, but get back to people very quickly and treat them with so much respect. I get it that there are stupid questions, but don't let them think that their questions are stupid. These people are frustrated and they don't know what's going on. So get back to them really fast, treat them with a lot of respect, because a lot of people don't, you know what I'm saying? So that's my 3 marketing tips, guys.
Excellent. And, whenever she talks about mocking up, so you guys have heard of staging. Staging can get expensive. Staging is, a lot of bigger furniture, but she's talking about the basics. You want to have a wreath on the front door. You want to have a rug out front. Whenever you walk in, you want to make sure it smells good. If you don't have power, get the little gel air fresheners. If you have power, make sure it smells good in there. So you just want to make sure.
And colors that pop. Red and yellow really pop in pictures, just to let you know.
Yes, it does. And whenever you're going inside the properties, like she said, the towels, the rugs and that kind of stuff. Are you guys getting an echo? Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
That's I am hearing it too. Okay, now it's kind of gone. But all right, and then just like she said, too, getting back with people, that's very important, because remember, a tenant has money in hand normally. They're not people, that are gonna, wait very long. So just know that in between, sales of property and stuff, going ahead and renting out places is also a great way to obviously make money in investing, but also if you're doing brokerage stuff, it's a great way to do placements and make money that way too. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and let Curtis snap off 3 others, and then just right after he's done with that, we're gonna go into open floor questions. You've got questions that you personally want to know about, or topics you want to know about, anything under the sun. It's a hodgepodge. We're like the magic 8 ball. So just have those prepared for being asked after Curtis is done. Go ahead, Curtis.
All right. So the question we get asked very often, new folks that come on these meetings is, hey, how do you get your leads? Should I do, yellow letters, postcards, whatever. The challenge you're going to find is you don't know if these folks are motivated. So my first tip is to focus on motivated sellers. And where do you find them? You can find them on Craigslist. Adina mentioned finding tenants on Facebook Marketplace. You can find properties on Facebook Marketplace. MLS. Don't go with the thought that, well, there are no deals on MLS. You create these deals based upon the offers that you make. So you know that if they're on Craigslist, MLS, Facebook Marketplace, you know these folks are motivated to sell. You're not spending your money and your time on something that isn't going to convert into a sale. The other tip is it takes, in a lot of cases, 7 touches to convert a seller. So you may go in and talk to a seller, you offer him $50,000, maybe he tells you, I got to sell it for 62. If he doesn't sell it, it's important that you get back to him routinely to find out, hey, do you still have that property? I've seen cases where people don't follow up and it ends up selling to someone else for the exact same price that, you know, someone that started months ago offered. So you got to keep in touch with people. The third tip I'd give you is to ask questions. So you're doing this to try to develop rapport and get people talking. So don't ask them questions. Does it have 3 bedrooms? Yes. You know, maybe you looked it up. Well, was it built in 1972? Yes. Now you want to ask them questions that aren't going to result in a yes or no answer. Get them talking. And these questions are important to develop that rapport. Also keep in mind, if you look at how we're built as humans, we have 2 ears and 1 mouth. So you should listen based on the questions you ask twice as much as you speak. So let people talk. Try to hold off this. You know, I see a lot of people that say, well, I want to make sure they know what I know and how smart I am and how I could craft this deal. Set that aside for a bit. Let them talk. People do business with people they like. So those are my tips for this week.
Love it, Curtis. Okay, thank you so much. And if anybody has any questions on Curtis's tip, feel free to ask. But I really want to jump in open floor because I want to get to why everybody is here tonight. Bonnie, don't you agree? She agrees.
Sorry.
Okay, so guys,
but we have a couple of people who kind of started in a little bit later. So why don't we see if any of the new people want to check in? So those of you that kind of jumped in here, if you want to introduce yourself and say, hi, I'm whoever, and I'm currently, you know, doing this, or I'm currently here for knowledge and clarity. We're just curious as to what you guys are looking for to take your businesses to the next level in the next 30 days. So let's see, we got Thomas, Brad.
Or Sean.
Or Sean.
I'll jump in.
Okay, go for it. You're the only one unmuted, so go for it.
I haven't been to a meeting in about 4 months now, but I just want to let you know in that last 4 months, I've got 4 houses under my belt. We're working on a 2-acre property that I want to build condos on. So I'm here looking at other options and other ideas. I'm also looking for investors. I'm getting the properties. I want to have the properties have investors hold so I can keep buying and developing. So we're doing flips, builds, everything. So everything from $100,000, $300,000 to the condo complex is going to be a couple million or $1 million as a slower process. So we're just playing along. Excellent. And all to Bonnie.
Hey, it's all about just staying motivated and making sure you're around other people that are doing it too, because once you start to dream, once you start to realize that stuff can happen in your own backyard and there's a place to reach back out when you need motivation or tips or, you know, just need people in general that are just doing things.
Right. Well, and it was the whole process of getting past, not the fear. I've never had a fear, but just questioning. Like the property we're in now, the 2 acres, was on the market for $289. I went and offered 200 cash.
Yep.
And it took me 2 months to get it from him, but I got it. And now I'm getting a house next door because I went over and cleaned up her yard, and because it's abandoned, I finally got a hold of her from the police department. And now I'm helping her through her divorce, so I can buy that one.
That's
so
awesome. Great.
Doesn't hurt to ask.
Oh, for sure. Okay, so if you move yourself, Brad. Let me- Timothy. Let's see. No, we already talked to Timothy. Anyone else want to check in? Just want to give you an opportunity to be heard. Brad, you want to introduce yourself and let everyone know what to check in?
We'll give you an opportunity to be heard.
Looking
Hi, I'm
Brad,
Sobering. Just kind of got on late, just kind of listening. I would say I'm a seasoned investor. I've been doing it about 30 years. Got a pretty decent portfolio, but keep adding. I'm just constantly adding to it.
Okay, so that's great. Are you still looking, so the next 30 days, are you looking to keep adding, or are you just giving a rest?
No, I'm going to keep adding. I'm not giving it a rest, no.
Okay, great. What kind of properties are you buying?
I've been buying, I bought a couple multifamilies, some single family homes recently. Right now I'm looking at a mixed use in Lenore. And that's kind of basically everything. I'm looking to develop some land that our partners on in Lincolnton. So we pretty much buying anything I can get my hands on that fits our criteria. So
nice, excellent. Sounds like you got your hands in a bunch of different cookie jars like Wendell. Awesome. All right. So anyone else want to do a final check-in real quick? Okay. So let's go ahead and go to open floor. So does anyone have a specific question for the group? You'll have to unmute yourself if you do, or you can also, by the way, there's a chat box. So if you click on the chat box, if you are, apprehensive to talking, on camera or whatever, feel free to put your question into the chat box as well. Okay. So I know that all of you guys did not get on a real estate meeting, to not have anything. Like, you guys are all good.
I know. This is weird. Guys, what are your questions? What did you come here for? Like
stage fright. They're seeing all these people on here. Before it's normally intimate, so everyone's talking, and now they're like, oh, the screen's full of people.
It's all muted.
Hey, Bonnie, I have a question for you and Curtis. I'm starting to chase down tax liens. I'm just getting my feet wet. What's your 2 cents on tax liens?
Okay. Well, tax lien, depending on, of course, which state you're doing it in. I know that there's tax liens and there's tax deeds. So you're going to want to know the difference between the two. And some states do both per se, and some don't. So I know that South Carolina, when you're playing in that vicinity, they have like a year to redeem things. Curtis, I think, was just looking into something, and I know he can add, pretty much to the tax lien realm, but like in Florida, they have websites too, where you can literally get onto an auction site, and the way they do it is they'll start, let's say, 18%, and then pretty much the investor that that makes the lowest bid says, oh, I'll do it for 50, and then another person does, I'll do it for 10%, I'll do it for 8%, and so on. So the person or the investor that wins that particular tax lien is the one who bid the least. And obviously the tax liens, if you get them, where the default just happened recently, then there's a pretty good chance that it will get redeemed, like they'll pay it off, like your money, your investment. And they're solid money and everything. It depends on what, interest rate you're going to get locked in, for you to pretty much pay someone's taxes. So for those of you who don't know what tax deeds and tax liens are, Curtis, do you want to go ahead and explain that real quick, just so everyone has a basic idea of what we're talking about?
Yes, some states operate with tax liens. Others operate with tax deeds. For instance, South Carolina uses redeemable tax deeds. So I live in South Carolina. Let's say I did not pay my property taxes for 2019. They would publish first week of October the list of all the delinquent taxpayers. And if it isn't paid by the public sale date, like I think it's around the 10th of November, they would go in at a public auction and say, hey, this house is available. Let's say the taxes are $2,000. You would go in and you would bid on that. And I've seen people bid on houses that are worth $200,000. I saw someone bid, it was a hedge fund. They came in and they bid $53,000. I bid taxes owed. The next bid was $53,000. So they put out their $53,000, but me as a homeowner who didn't pay, I can come in the first 3 months, pay it, and pay 3%. The guy that put down $53,000, he gets my 3% and his $53,000 back. I can go 364 days and still do that. At the end of a year, you would go in and talk to the county and they would issue you a tax deed. And then you own the property. So then you have to deal with getting the person out and so on. There are other states that are tax lien states where you end up buying the tax lien and you get immediate ability to own that house. There are some challenges when it comes to title. I'm not going to get too in depth in this. A lot of it comes down to how the homeowner that got, didn't pay their taxes, how they were served the information. So you're going to want to talk with a closing attorney on that if you wanted to sell it. North Carolina, for instance, does not really have this concept, because if you don't pay your taxes and it comes to a high enough value, you can petition the county to do a tax sale. And so they go in and they would foreclose on your house. It would go to the courthouse, just like if you were in any foreclosure. Then you got the 10-day upset bid period. It gets complicated in North Carolina. Probably the best states, if you want to go in and invest in these, are Georgia, Florida, are some of the leading ones.
And just note too, if you're after the house, then you can look literally for tax, taxes that haven't been paid closer to like the 3-year mark, 2-year mark kind of thing. Because then at that point, if it doesn't get paid, then you can go ahead and petition for that sale and in essence get that house. Some places the mortgages come along with the properties, so just be careful of that, because all the liens, something's attached to it. But there is a place in Texas where the tax lien sales and the tax deed sales or whatever, it wipes out the first mortgage or wipes out everything. But that's like a good old boy auction. I went to that one, and it, I tell you what, if I was a homeless person, I would say that's the place I would go to rob people. We're talking old school Texans showing up with money. It was crazy.
Yeah. So
I'm like, whoa! I'm like, these people are going to the trustee, and just like I was surprised that it was like that, But
they have open carry in Texas, so you don't have to worry about it.
I guess.
So
I'm wondering if they still do that or not. But whenever I went, I was just like, wow, this is old school.
Yeah. Probably the better way to deal with people that are behind on their taxes. I mean, if you go to a sale and you want to buy the house, in many cases, you're going to have to come up with that money. It's actually pretty rare that somebody, you know, you're going to have a tax foreclosure and there isn't an underlying mortgage, unless, you know, they're in a situation where they've owned the house for years and they're free and clear and all they have is the tax.
A lot of it happens too, where people just don't realize that they're owed, and
right.
So, but you know, I think the stats were like 1 out of 3 houses actually paid off. So.
Right. So the better way to approach this, you know, because a lot of this, when you're building your wealth, is about speed, and you can wait a long time for some of these. Imagine if you knew somebody was in a tax or a foreclosure situation. This information is all public record. In North Carolina, there are local attorney firms that this is all they do is foreclosures. It can be tax, it can be mortgage foreclosures. You can go find these, negotiate directly with a homeowner, and you know, you're getting the house for essentially reinstating their loan.
All right. So, what other questions do you guys have for open floor? Wyatt, you have all this attention.
I got a question.
Okay, you're Art, right?
Yep.
Hi, Art. What's your question?
Okay, how do we go about getting, okay, we have rental properties now, but where I'm struggling is, we recommend that we go about, or how do I go about, I'm pretty tapped out as far as funds. So what do you would suggest?
Okay. You kind of broke up. So are you talking about raising capital?
Yes. How can I go about raising capital?
Or what kind of projects?
I really want to buy and hold. That's what I want.
Okay. Yeah, you're breaking up quite a bit, but I'll go ahead and that we'll kind of pepper this through with capital raising just in general. So depending on what kind of property, and if
you're breaking up.
To get the property, you can obviously joint venture with someone, right? You don't have the money, but somebody else does. There's hard money lenders. So if you wanted to get a property, hard money lenders or private money lenders can pretty much give you the money to purchase those properties. And a lot of those are asset-based, just so that you know. And another thing too is whenever you're going and, you know, meeting people pretty much at real estate clubs as well, a lot of people have, you know, 401k plans, and they've got self-directed, you know, IRAs that they can use. 401k right now, just so you know, we've got a COVID miracle going on where you can pull money out of it. And, you know, you can utilize it and make, you know, more money with it than what it's probably doing right now. So depending on your skill set and how well people like you, and if you actually have a track record, money is going to attract money. Remember, money is confidence in essence. So if somebody, or, you know, people and banks, lenders, whoever, realize that you know what you're doing, it's pretty easy to get 100% financing, right? It's even easier to get, you know, the full financing plus the renovation money. If you
I
know
was
what
just
you're
going to
doing.
bring up the asset-based lending with some of the lenders that we've done projects with that have been proven. And I don't know if you ever heard of Longhorn or Lima One, but as Bonnie said, you know, they'll fund your deal, and they'll make sure that you're doing the right deal, right? So we talk about many times, if lenders will give their blessing to fund it, you know the numbers are working, because it's the asset in itself. It's the project that you're doing. If the numbers aren't right, why is any lender going to put their money into it? You know, some of these companies are out there to make sure that you can complete the project in a timely manner, and then you can use that as short-term or intermediary-term funding to go ahead and get the project taken care of, and then go get more conventional long-term funding or sell the project. I don't know what you want to do with your strategy, but there are many types of lenders that are out there, and that's why I initially asked, you know, what kind of project are you looking for? Because there's several niches with lender programs that are out there.
Yeah, but the main thing obviously is private money, hard money, normal bank money, partners, joint venture partners, microloans, business lines of credit. And here's the thing, if you don't have money and you got the project, then worst case scenario, if someone won't partner in with you because they don't know you, you can always sell that project off, which is called wholesaling, right? You can assign it over. So go ahead.
So I have a question. So if you're going to joint venture with somebody, right? What would be the language that you would use to, you know what I'm saying? Like, what would that look like?
Talk about the ROI and the return on investment. Talk about what the partner is going to get.
Hi, Dina. I have a house. We're buying it for $25,000. It's a 3-bedroom. We can rent that house out at $1,000 per month, and I need $25,000 to fix it. So we're going to be $50,000 all in, and we're going to rent it for $1,000 per month. Would you like to go ahead and, you know, put $50,000 into this deal and split the profits 50-50?
Well, Adina, why would I do that with you when I can just do it by myself and make 100% of the profits?
Because you don't have the deal. You have the $25,000 house?
Well, no, but can I just pay you a finder's fee?
No, because I know I can find I've already done like 1 million of these. So I'm going to go to Patrick. Hey, Patrick, you have those lazy assets in your 401k plan, right? I have a $25,000 house. I need 25 to fix it. We're going to run it for $1,000 a month, and we're going to split the profits 50-50. And then we're going to, after, let's say 5 years or 60 months, we're going to go ahead and sell that puppy for well over 100,000. So we're going to make, good returns, way more than a, savings account and stuff.
Okay. Well, how about this?
Deal? If so, then here's the wiring instructions.
You're out.
I want to curse, but it's being recorded. Okay.
You already had your going 3 times.
Mother, what a jerk. Okay. So I have another, okay, well, how about this? Okay, so you don't want to be my partner, that's fine, but let's talk about you lending me the money. So what language am I going to use to ask somebody for the money? Like, what terms are normal and smart, and what's the deal with that?
How long do you want the money for?
I don't know.
How much are you like open to asking for?
I want 100,000.
Okay. Hey, Curtis.
Yeah.
I've got this project, and I'm looking for $100,000 to purchase this property, and pretty much wanted to see if you wanted to park your cash into this property on a first mortgage. So obviously your money's secured by this house. This house is worth $200,000, so obviously it's real secure, right? If I didn't,
right,
then you could just sell it and make your money back, right? But of course, it's such a great deal. That would never happen. But pretty much have this house. I'm going to rent it, and I'm going to fix it, make it all beautiful and stuff, and then I plan on refinancing it sometime down the road. How long would you feel comfortable with putting the money into this house for?
Oh, probably 9 months to a year.
Okay. And what kind of interest would you like me to pay you every month?
Well, what are you offering?
I guess because it needs a little bit of work right now, and it's our first time doing this, I'll make a sweet deal with you. I'll go ahead and I'll pay you $1,000 a month on your 100,000.
Okay. Can I get a couple of points as well?
How about we do it for 36 months instead, and I'll give you 2 points.
How about 24 months and 1 point?
Sounds good. I can do that.
Okay.
All right. So can you just wire the money to Harry's office?
Sure. When do you need it?
I'll go ahead and give you the wiring instructions. Get it over as soon as possible, and he'll draft up the paperwork, and we'll get this thing closed. It already has clean title.
Okay, great.
Adina, I swear to God, it is that easy. That is truly how a lot of deals go down. It's all about the deal, because if you guys come up and you have a good deal, the money shows up. Remember, people are wealthy because they understand numbers.
Yeah.
What was the LTV in that?
I really didn't know how to ask somebody for money without them being involved in the property. Like I was really just like, how do I ask this person for money? I'm really good at asking for people to buy me purses and shoes. But money
well, the main thing obviously, if you want to invest, it's like, well, you can also do it in a way where you're like, okay, I've got this property and I'm looking for $100,000 to purchase it. I'm going to have it as a rental. I'm going to fix it, and I'm going to get longer term financing on it, after I do that. But I don't want to, do a 6-month, hard money loan or anything, because I don't want to put myself in a corner. So then you just work out what everyone's comfortable with and what your options are with that person who has the funds. But normally it's the first time. You're going to want to try and give them as much of what they want, because you make good on that first one, you pay early, you give them back their money early, then you can call them and do the same thing over and over again for a very long time. Because anytime that we sell a property or we refinance something, we'll ask that private lender, we want to just switch it onto a new house. And a lot of times we just keep rolling those funds forever.
Yeah. I've rolled the money multiple times. The other thing, when you're starting a new relationship with someone that's bringing the money, in many cases, they're better protected as a lender than they are as a partner.
And sometimes maybe they just don't want to be partners. They just want to take that lender, position and just be, a quiet, partner in the mix as a lender partner,
Yeah. So if you brought me a deal and you said, hey, I want to partner with you. And I said, okay, Adina, what's the cap rate? And you say, oh, it's great. It's 11%. So I split it with you. I'm going to make 5.5%. If I loan you the money and I make 12%, where am I better off?
Loaning.
Yeah.
But also, guys, in regards to getting money, whether it is from capital raising for, they call it a debt raise, right? You're raising money for debt, or you're going in for funds for a project so that you can do it. Like sometimes it's kind of nice to have a deep pocketed partner with you, because if something went wrong, then, they're pretty much 50-50 with you, right? If you needed more funds or something like that. Another aspect I want you guys to understand too, in order to get money as well, you can also use your current assets as the down payment on another project. So some of you guys said you already have rental properties. You can also pretty much go to a lender and ask them to do a blanket loan, which pretty much is going to allow you to utilize the equity in your other properties as the down payments on some new ones. And that way you don't have to come out of pocket on anything, and you can kind of consolidate some stuff as well.
Awesome.
Yeah, so that's like something that you guys will learn about doing a little bit more down the road after you have a few properties, but just know that's going to be what your future kind of looks like.
Awesome. So we're getting close to 8 o'clock, but I'm going to extend Bonnie's time for 3 minutes if anybody else has any more questions. Guys, seriously, is there no question is stupid. At least we won't tell you it is. And just ask it. Does anybody have any more questions while you have these experts on the line for open floor?
And if you come up with more questions, just know we do pretty much meet, like we already had a meeting today. We had one at 7 o'clock, of course, that you're at right now. And then we have another one at 7 o'clock tomorrow. So if you need, like some of you guys are in the middle of renovation. If you want to go through your scope of work and say, how much does this cost? How much does this cost? How much does that cost? Go ahead and do that and get an idea of what we pay for things, right?
Or if you're looking for properties and you want to know if it's a good deal or not, bring it here.
Yeah, just don't talk about the address unless you have it under contract and everything. I don't want you to get, sidestepped or anything, but we can talk about, you have this deal you're thinking about doing, and these are what the numbers kind of look like. And I'm just not sure, if it's a good deal or not. Feel free to bounce it off of us. And one other topic I just want to add on to this, because we're in the middle of actually doing it. And I always want you guys to kind of see what's going on behind the curtain. Patrick's going to talk to you guys real quick about purchasing a property with your self-directed IRA. If you guys don't have a self-directed IRA yet, I want you to pretty much
It went out.
Information. Can you hear me?
You froze.
Yeah.
If you don't have a self-directed IRA, then it went out.
Okay. Am I back again now? I know that the internet's being weird. Okay. So with the self-directed IRA, you're going to want to learn about those. You're going to want to get one because it's a very powerful tool. If you're not doubling your IRA every year, you're doing something wrong, okay? It's just knowledge. Everything here, everyone started with nothing. I started off with nothing. I had no money, no nothing. I was a college student, and I couldn't pay my rent. So if I can do it, you guys can do it, right? So Patrick's going to tell you real quick, because we're in the middle of doing this on another property. So I just want you to have that information now that it's happening in real time. Go ahead, Patrick.
Yeah, I'll just keep it brief since we're at the end of time. But one of the greater tools for a real estate investor is the self-directed IRA accounts. So you have trusts, you have self-directed IRAs, and you have subject twos. All of these are part of your toolboxes that you should be using on a regular basis as a real estate investor. There are many custodians that are out there. So rather than going to Fidelity or Wells Fargo and asking them to open up a IRA or Roth IRA account, you want to find a custodian that will give you the option to pick your investment vehicle. And in this case, real estate investors, we use it to buy real estate. And what that custodian will do is they're going to pretty much walk you through that process of purchasing a property in the name of the IRA account for your benefit. So they will make sure that you're doing everything in compliance. But if you want to take it a step further, you can actually have something called a checkbook control IRA, and that's a little bit more advanced. And you really have to make sure that you are meticulous when you have what's called checkbook control, because that basically gives you the ability to direct all the funds out of that checking account that you have access to. That's not typical. Not all custodians do that for multiple reasons. One, if you're not meticulous in your record keeping, you can easily blow up your IRA. Second, they lose out on their fees. There's a fee structure for every transaction that you do with your custodian. So not all custodians are equal, and you have to explore those options and see, one, will they allow you to do a Roth, self-directed Roth or self-directed traditional IRA? And beyond that, will they allow you to do what's called checkbook control? So that's a very high level of some of the benefits, but keep in mind that all those tax benefits get captured in your Roth IRA, right? So you've already paid the taxes on the money that's gone into your Roth IRA account. You don't pay the taxes once it goes back in. All that is to your tax benefit. So you don't pay taxes on rents. You don't pay taxes on the sale because you already paid the contribution on the taxes. You already paid taxes on the contribution going into the account. So that is why these things are so powerful and why they can build your wealth so quickly. All you have to do is a couple deals in your with that traditional or Roth IRA, but you have to do it in a way that is strategic as well, because sometimes if you do too many, you're considered what's quote unquote a professional, and they kind of frown upon that. So again, that's why we use the checkbook control accounts.
So I'm going to just give you an example, because I know the new people are probably like, what in the world is he talking about? Okay. So let's go ahead and put it in layman terms. You are maybe doing a wholesale deal, right? So let's say that you guys just spent, $1,000 to open up an account. We use Vantage IRA. It's got a lot of great videos on that website, so feel free to look at that.
They have a lot of resources for sure.
Yeah. And let's say you use $1,000 to do that. And let's say that you were making offers on a property, and we're going to use just a very simple $100. You put $100 down on, you know, a house that you find, and it's a $50,000 house, let's say, and you contract it, and you're looking for money for it. You want to find a partner. You don't find a partner. So you're going to assign it, let's say, to Nira, right? So Nira's here. She's looking for a deal. And Nira is willing to pay her $10,000 to get that $50,000 house. So in essence, it's almost like your partner buying you out, right? And just taking over, you know, that project from you. So you're actually going to assign that contract over to Nira. So Nira is going to pay the IRA $10,000, right? So I invested $100 and I made $10,000 tax free. You know how powerful that is? Okay. There's like, you have to learn these tools.
Yeah, for sure.
I know. I mean, that's as simple as it gets. Okay. Same thing with houses. You're going to buy a house. And chances are it's going to make more money than a mutual fund would, or, you know, whatever savings account, I guess, is making 1% or whatnot. But just realize that the cash on cash returns are very, very high in real estate. And we can probably talk about that on tomorrow's call or something, just so you can understand how the numbers are. But, you know, when you make $10,000 on a $100 investment, I mean, what kind of cash on cash return is that, guys? Show me a savings account where you can go put $100 and make $10,000 tax free. I don't know. That definitely ain't Bank of America, right? You know, it's, I mean, yeah. So always look at the properties and look at the contracts pretty much as their own little, you know, savings account, and you're just parking your money in them, and you're letting the money grow. It's just, you're doing it in a way where it's specialized knowledge, where it's, you know, real estate investors, 90%, you know, plus millionaires in the world, you know, are through real estate. And you have to ask why. And those are the games you want to play, because those stats are great. Right. Okay. So I've taken up your time. I'm going to get you back to your family. Nina, I see that you joined us. Good to see you. And I'm glad that all these new people are on. Great to see you, Sean, that you're, you know, kicking butt, taking names kind of thing. Eugene, love ya. I know we're going to talk about this apartment complex deal that you have that's going on, and hopefully he can, you know, get this project done with himself, and he doesn't have to bring a partner in. But just remember, bring your questions, your concerns. We're here to help and everything. And with that said, any other final announcements, Adina?
You know what? I just want to say that I hope you guys all will be here tomorrow at 7 o'clock for our Wednesday meeting. Also, don't forget, next week, put it on your calendar, you get us 4 times a week, because next Thursday is Investor World. That's our huge meeting with topics from 7 to 9 p.m., of course, open floor as well. So remember, next Thursday, Investor World. But really, I guess I'll just see you guys tomorrow at 7 p.m.
Yep. And I will upload this, like, again, to the Hobby Millionaire channel on YouTube. So feel free to find it there. Subscribe so you can, you know, stay in the loop with all of these little meetings and tidbits and videos that we do. And great seeing everybody. I'll talk to you guys later.
And join our Facebook page, Hobby Millionaire Charlotte. Bye.
Absolutely.
Bye.
Bye, everybody. Have a great night. What are you doing?
Hey, Patrick.
I know. He's so silly.